Whoa, ultra gear!
Oh, oops, that's in the way. Oh, hey. How's it going, everybody? You guys having good Thursdays? You guys having, can you believe it's Thursday already? Oh my god, it's Thursday! Make it stop! Why do humans have to sleep? See, I think that we could be a lot better if we just never slept. Like, I hate having dreams because dreams are exhausting. I don't like having scary nightmares, and when I'm in bed, I get scared because a scary monster is gonna come get me, and there's a scary monster that's always asleep next to me and stuff. And then like I have another scary monster who's currently sleeping over there. And I have this other scary monster that comes in the bed and starts biting my toes because he's a little baby boy and he's a big stinker. There's just scary monsters everywhere, and so ideally, if I didn't have to sleep, this wouldn't be an issue, you know. And if I didn't have to sleep, I could stream infinitely for you guys. If I didn't have to sleep, I could just have the camera on 24/7, and then you guys could just watch me not sleep and just do whatever. All day, every single day. Oh, by the way, if you guys didn't know, from last stream, so I figured out a way to have they're not really like custom yet because I can't. Well, I guess I could make them custom, but so if you download the Better Twitch TV extension, if you have a Twitch account and you want to chat with a bunch of silly little emotes that I have shared. I can actually through Better Twitch TV. I can actually make my own emotes for the channel, and I just haven't yet. You know, because I got other important things to do, like cook hot dogs for lunch, which I'm gonna do after the stream today. Yeah, get hyper bone zone, baby, just like Cinnamon Toast just did. You could do the hyper bone zone and you just get down the jam, man. Don't miss out on the jamming. Everybody likes the bone zone jam. Cinnamon, I was just talking about how I feel like humanity would be so much better if we didn't have to sleep. Our lives would be so much better if we just never had to sleep. Like if we were like ants, like how ants don't sleep, you know? I mean, like, here's the caveat though, is that day-to-day work and stuff like that has to be the same. It's just that humans don't have to sleep, so that way we can do the things we want to do for longer. But I already know that because at the very least, because the United States, where I'm from, is such a incredibly capitalist-driven country that you know that if it found out that people didn't sleep ever, that you know those capitalists are gonna exploit the heck out of that, man. And there's an episode of American Dad where there's a pill that makes them never have to sleep. I would totally take that pill too. So here's the thing: is that like, but you're right. If everyone could do the time, would just be filled with more work. Exactly. Everyone would just be working constantly. But see, the idea would have to come. See, you'd have to keep it a secret, or just we would have to change our entire DNA structure to not be such greedy, exploitative animals. I'm reading a book right now called How to Build a Dinosaur, and I found it at Goodwill. And speaking, going on a quick little tangent before I get into the book. So technical difficulties and technical successes, because now that she was the first one to get the Better Twitch TV extension to work properly. So we went to Goodwill just to go check out stuff because we haven't been in so long. And we were out and about, so we were like, hey, let's just stop at Goodwill real quick. Like, we wore our masks and stuff. We say what you're saying. We also used hand sanitizer immediately after, because you know how Goodwill is. I always like going to the book sections at Goodwill just to see if there's anything cool I can find. I always find like weird. I like finding weird like books. Like I just like finding weird like sci-fi and fantasy books and being like, oh, this is weird. Like I found. No, that was at Half Price Books, but Inferno. I'm looking at Inferno right now. Not Dante's Inferno, Larry Niven's Inferno. It's actually one of my favorite books I've ever read. Well, also because it's Larry Niven and he's one of my favorite sci-fi authors of all time. Anyway, whenever I'm at Goodwill or whatever, I like going to the book section just to see what weird things I can find. And apparently someone had got rid of a few of their paleontology books, and I picked up How to Build a Dinosaur, which is a book about one paleobiologist's or evolutionary biologist's like current project of trying to like work with DNA of modern animals to be able to like in the embryo to be able to cause it to not really like de-evolve, but like find the point in which like the animal when they're using chickens, I think primarily. So in like a chicken embryo, as it grows in the embryo, they're trying to research the point in which it tells it that it's a chicken, as opposed to something else. And so what they're researching is that if, on an evolutionary scale, if DNA in an embryo, like as it's growing, actually like tells it to where it's like, oh, well, everything starts out pretty much the same, you know, and we know that birds evolved from dinosaurs. So, like, at what point in the growth of the embryo does the DNA tell it to become a chicken rather than stop and still be a dinosaur? Are you trying to start Jurassic Park? Because it sounds like it. I mean, that's what the guy opened up. He's like, we're not trying to start Jurassic Park, but we're kind of starting to try starting Jurassic Park. So it just got like one. You missed one. We're talking about Jurassic Park and using DNA to be able to create dinosaurs using current animals on the evolutionary scale. The most interesting book I ever found at a resale shop was Bear by Marian Engel. It is a 1970s romance novel about a woman who falls in love with a bear. That sounds rad. That sounds radical. I want to look that up. Does it have a cool cover, or is it like a Chuck Tingle kind of cover? I saw there was when I was in school. There was a time when my parents had come up to visit me, and Goodwill's always a fun place to go, but to search for weird things. We found at Goodwill when we first moved down here, technical difficulties tonight. We found a Weta Workshop Gollum like figure that was like this big, like fully like nothing broken on it. It was like it looked great, like mint condition. It was out of the box, but like it was just Gollum. He was sitting on a rock eating a fish. I was like, that's awesome. We got it for like $10 or something. The cover was of a bear behind a woman cupping her boobs, as to be expected. That fits. That's close to a joke idea I had regarding a bear lycanthrope romance novel where bears dare. Where bears dare? You guys should be writers, man. You guys, I can draw the covers. And your wife didn't buy simply for the comedic value until I'm disappointed. I want you to write that. I really want you to write that book, Chongdoy. But there was another time at Goodwill where I found it was just a cover. I never got a chance to read it, but I got a book that had a cover of I don't even remember what the title was called. It was like something dinosaur. I always end up finding dinosaur stuff, but it was like called like Dinosaur Frontier or something. But the cover was the most like radical thing I've ever seen, and it was Native Americans with like massive headdresses, but they weren't like feathers, they were scales, and they were riding triceratops, and they were holding like beam rifles. I was like, that's awesome. Bill and the Clonosaur. Ugh, now I'm just imagining Bill as a I'm just imagining Bill Walsh as a dinosaur. That's scary. But yeah, it's a pretty interesting book. It's kind of like it's like not really like bleeding edge tech or research, but it's kind of like a guy he's just waxing poetic about his research and stuff. It's interesting. He makes it pretty digestible. Like he writes in the way that Neil deGrasse Tyson writes to be able to make science digestible. And not to say that I'm like, you know, the smartest person ever, which clearly I'm not. But I appreciate it when scientists don't just like, here's research, whatever, you know. Getting a call from California. Who could it be? Is it Kim Kardashian? No, we need a Bill Walsh Dino Riders fanfiction. It'll be Cadillacs and dinosaurs, but just Bill Walsh. College football and dinosaurs. Anyway, guys, enough about talking about books I found at Goodwill. Cyborg Bill Walsh. Welcome to Thursday's stream. Today is, like I said, Thursday, and we are doing Lunchtime Let's Draw. So on Tuesday, if you're new here, which the two of you in chat that are constantly teasing me are not new, on Tuesday we do Lunchtime Let's Plays, and then on Thursdays we do Lunchtime Let's Draws, and we draw things that are related to the things we play on Tuesday. And we've been playing Legend of Zelda ever since we started. We took a break and we played some Final Fantasy IX, and we came back to it, and we are hopefully nearing the end of it. It's driving me nuts, and I appreciate all the love and support and constant berating that everyone in my chat gives me every time I play Zelda Randomizer. But yeah, my name is Paul. I'm an artist from Houston, Texas. I'm an artist, but I'm also a gamer. And let me take you on a ride past the boobs. I may be the artist and I get to decide the boobs, but we're drawing one giant boob today. Well, I guess it's two boobs. We're drawing two boobs today. So if you didn't tune in for Tuesday's stream, we had one goal. I don't forget brief forays into Hydro Thunder. Oh yeah, and double dribble, and yeah, man. Like this isn't just a Zelda stream. Yeah, although it might seem that way from the past 3 to 8 million months. And I know you guys' minds are occupied by it constantly. You're just like, what is he gonna find next? I sit in the shower and I sit on the toilet and I just can't. I'm sitting there eating my sandwich. What is he gonna find next? I know you guys are just constantly thinking about it, but so if you guys weren't here for Tuesday. We had one goal. I had one goal that I set for myself, And that goal got accomplished near the end, but not without an exorbitant amount of frustration. It wasn't my fault. I don't blame myself. I can't even. It's not. I'll be 100% Aaron Hansen here. It was 100% the game. Because we tried to do the Scarecrow song, and we tried at least 3 times before we got it right, and it's been a Sisyphean adventure playing that game. I don't even know what that means, Stronger, but I laughed at it because it sounded like a funny thing that you said. Are you philosophizing? The only philosophy that you can discuss in my stream is the allegory of the cave, because that's what I want to do if I ever have a child. And I'm gonna make sure that my child like knows everything else about the world, but the only thing that he doesn't know is that. So I'm gonna make my child have the allegory of the cave, but specifically that he thinks that Klingon is the only language in the world, and so when he I finally release him from his cave, he knows nothing but Klingon and can't. He can't communicate except in Klingon. We're referencing Sisyphus, who was doomed to push a boulder up a hill. Oh yes, I know that. I know that one. I just didn't know it by name. So good, smart joke. Smart joke. And what about the word you need to know Klingon? I know. I learned a little bit of Klingon the other day because I was chatting with my friends about it. Here's a little bit of Klingon. Ready? Tu komi rock shock ek. Not ek. Wait. Tu komi rock shock ek shof wo. Did you get that? Tu komi rock shock ek shof wo. And that means you are a thing notable for your uselessness. The Empire knows this. All right, we're gonna have a Klingon lesson. Ready? Tu, komi, rock, shock, shof, wo. The Empire knows this. You are a thing notable for your uselessness. A Klingon version of Hamlet? Did you just call your future child useless? I mean, in Klingon, in Klingon culture, like you fail once and you are useless. So, It sounds like Welsh, to be honest. All right. Enough with the shenanigans. Let's start with the lunchtime. Let's draw. So I was saying, there was one goal that we had, and it was to get the Scarecrow song, and we faced unmitigated frustration, and in the form of the Scarecrow. And so I wanted to do something a little cathartic and draw exactly what I was envisioning. So this is our sketch for today. Because I am tired of this Scarecrow shit. I'm tired of it. These streams are nothing but shenanigans. No more shenanigans. Never again. No more shenanigans. Ever. Never again. Never. Okay? Never again. I was kind of thinking about maybe doing a little bit of a half and half today, if it goes well. If I'm able to get through this frustrating sketch fast enough. So if you guys want, we can maybe continue this extremely painful adventure. So learn the song. I know, right? Exactly. That's what. That's what I was going for. I just he like at no point it's like, oh, you have to play exactly 8 notes. Every other song in the game, well, at least the ones you learned as a child, are 3 notes or 6 notes rather. I guess are all the adult songs 6 notes? I think all the adult songs are 6 notes, but like there's no indication because you play the song as a kid, so it's like, oh, okay, and then it's like, play me a song. It's like, oh, I'll play you a song, and then it stops, and then that's it. But it's like, how would you know? There's probably like a gossip stone or something that probably tells you or whatever, but just blame the game. That's all I'm gonna do. Just blame the game. All right, where should I start? Let's go ahead and start with the face. I seem to remember in the original game, it just stops at 8 when you're making one up. That's what I thought! Like, it just tells you, oh, you're your Scarecrow song. Maybe there's something in the randomizer that, like, is, like, bugged or something. I don't know. I thought it was way easier and not as convoluted. So I finished playing, after I did all my chores yesterday, I finished playing, by the way, kids, do your chores. Just like me. If you want to be a cool guy like me, do your chores. I played, or I finished playing, War for Cybertron. I don't know if you guys... I know that Trogdor said that he really liked that game in one of the earlier streams, but I finally finished playing War for Cybertron, and I can't wait to start with Fall for Cybertron. Because that game was a blast, man. There were parts of it that were a little frustrating, just because, like, there's so much visual stimulation going on, that I'm like, I don't know who's shooting me, what's shooting me, who I'm supposed to be shooting. Yeah, but it was a really good game. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed, you know, Peter Cullen being good old Optimus, seeing all the different characters, and they really, like, I feel like they did such a good job of really, like, it's obvious that they loved the story of Transformers, and it really showed. And holy crap, like, I've never seen a game do the things that was it Moon, what was the developer, Moonbase? No, Half Moon Studios? No, not the High Moon Studios. I've never seen developers go so ridiculous with environments that these guys did for War for Cybertron. I've never seen it. How are you playing? I'm playing them on Steam. And all the servers and stuff are down, so I can't play like the multiplayer and escalation and stuff. I unlocked RC and I unlocked who's the other one? Slipstream. And I can't play them because I can't log in because the servers are down because they're so old. High Moon did Deadpool? Ah, cool. I heard Deadpool like wasn't like the super best, but I heard it was still fun. Man, High Moon, and now they're rolled into Call of Duty. Like, dude, I'm gonna bring some of this. I want to bring some of this up. Actually, you know what? Tangent. Like, I know we just started drawing, but I have to gush over this game. This game's environments, like, holy freaking... And I might actually play this on stream. Like, now that I played through it, I tend to always enjoy playing games, like, on my own. And then, if I want to, I can play it on stream. That's why I've only played, like, what, 2 games on stream so far? Like, for real, for real. But I can't really, like... I can't really describe, like, to the fullest extent... this game's environments. It's nuts. It's freaking nuts. And like, how did you guys do this? And you guys obviously spent so much time in this, and then how do you, like, yo, you just got rolled into Activision? Like, oh, okay. Well, I mean, they were Activision already, but like they got rolled into Call of Duty. It's like, great, thanks. Let me know if that's loud for you, because it can get pretty loud. All right, Steve, bring up the game, buddy. You gotta bring up the game. Cybertron. Let's see. What's a good one? Let's go. Which one's pretty good? Let's do the Zeta Prime or Chaos Prison Break. Let's go. We'll be Sideswipe. I'm not gonna play this super long, but I just want to show you. Like, it's nuts.
In an effort to save Zeta Prime.
To
allow himself and a few others to be captured by the Decepticons. The plan works all too well. And
not going to play this super long. Sure. You know me all too well, Cinnamon.
Decepticons.
This is a sequence of sweet. I also really liked Transformers Devastation. I had a lot of fun with that too. All these Transformers games that are on, at least the ones I have on Steam, are awesome.
I hope you know what you're doing, Optimus.
And like, it's all fully voice acted. Like, it's amazing.
Follow my lead.
Look at this environment.
We've been in tougher spots.
Look at this.
Wow.
It's nuts.
Gathered quite the army, hasn't he? Quiet.
It's so nuts. My voice cracked. Hey, Laserbeak.
Data signature confirmed. Opening main gate.
Welcome to Chaos.
Just look at all the polygons.
Starscream. He doesn't look so tough.
Soundwave, your prisoners have arrived.
Initiating processing.
We captured them trying to raid supplies outside of Chaos.
Take them to recycling.
Move it, prisoner.
Hi, Soundwave.
That doesn't seem so bad.
Yeah?
Bye, Soundwave.
What exactly do you think they're recycling?
Oh, hey, Bumblebee's butt. Look at Bumblebee's butt.
Patience. Our time is near.
What is this place?
He has a Hank Hill butt.
Are those caskets?
Just look at all the moving stuff going on. Like, everything is just moving and happening. It's so cool. It's like, you know, it's actually like Cybertron is a living thing, which it is. No!
Optimus, this is all part of the plan, right? Optimus!
No! Jetfire!
Optimus. Looks like I got here just in time.
I'll say!
Thank you, Air Raid.
Oh, that's Air Raid, not Jetfire.
By allowing ourselves to be captured, we've gained access to the prison. And now stand a much better chance of saving Zeta Prime.
Look at that!
Took your sweet time, Aaron.
Look at how far it
To make a
goes!
dramatic entrance. Here, head to the service ducts.
Like, I'm
They should
fairly
lead to the
certain
lower
that's
prison
not...
levels. That's probably where Zeta's being
That's
held.
not an image.
Bring in the heavy turret. We'll blast it open.
And of course I picked a level that's like, let's go into sewers.
Good luck.
No, Air Raid! Ah! No!
Where are they? Where? Who? Take him to Soundwave.
Optimus, we gotta help him!
Easy, Bumblebee. It's too great a risk right now.
Shut up, Bumblebee!
Unarmed as we are. But I promise.
Yeah, this one was 2010. Like, it's so good! Like,
Let's get moving.
this game is just like, oh, beautiful. Beautiful,
What is
beautiful.
this place?
Air Raid said they were service ducts.
And you can just flip between vehicle mode and robot mode on the fly. You got little like armor abilities. You got guns. I don't have any guns right now, but you know. Oh no, it's a little spider boy. Oh, there's a dead guy. Oh no. Ah! Look, there's like people down there. There's something down there. Hey, spider. Get out of here. I'm trying to show this game off, and these stinky spiders are coming. Look, there's just like, it's like, why? There's just stuff. It's like, why is there a thing down there? It's like, oh, cool. Just kind of like brings the entire environment and stuff to life. And like, you know, we're like in super dark, there's like a guy screaming, apparently, somewhere. Is it you? Oh, you're just dead. Anyway. I remember hearing a lot of hype around it. And like, it's just super cool, man. And they also, oh no! Gonna beat you up. Oh, I'm probably gonna die. I don't care, let me hide in the corner. Bumblebee, you do it. Oh, here's some life. Cool, cool. Oh, interact. Beep, bop, boop, boop. Oh, a gun! Optimus, what are you doing over here?
We're talking. I hate sneaking around.
Not to make you angry.
I wish I had a chance to play the multiplayer for this, because I feel like this would be a lot of fun.
Quickly, Autobots. Take their weapons. The Decepticon prison fields.
I've heard stories of this place.
Yeah, look at this!
Horrifying.
These are models! Right? Am I just like being dumb? Like, these have to be like at least like low poly models, because that's not like that's not an image. That's not a static image. I don't know how they did this.
Got company. Watch out.
Weapons too hot.
Oh, he just died. Loser.
Eat my dust. Keep your head down.
Sorry, Optimus. I've had this for a while. I finally just picked it up and played it. Because I was playing Devastation for a really long time. And then I was just like, man, I've been wanting to play this for a long time. So I eventually did and just...
Let's do this.
It's like why? Why are there things? You don't have to do those things. But they're like, yeah, we'll do them anyway. Like, it's it's inspiring, man.
I need to recharge.
It's like, look at this. There's just so much. There's so much. Yeah, you can't get this game anymore. I don't know why. I don't know, like, why. What's the point of not being able to get there? Because this game is fantastic. All right, now I'm just playing the game. Forget drawing. I'm just playing. You were right, Cinnamon. You were right. Come here. Spin. Okay.
What is that thing?
Who cares? It's shooting at us. Shoot back.
Target the Decepticons, soldier.
Target the Decepticons. That's what I'm doing, Optimus.
Didn't mean to do that.
And he's like, whee! Hi, Optimus. Also, look how cool Optimus looks. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I was just admiring Optimus over here.
My weapons need to cool off. I wasn't worried.
The crawler's main circles still function. Now
Who's
that
Optimus's
it's been
butt?
disarmed,
Come here.
we can use it for transport.
Also, can we go over how, like, that's Optimus's model, right? Like, he has these little, like, he's constantly, like jiggling jaggling. He's a living robot, man. He's an organic robot. Does Bumblebee do it too? A little bit. His gun does it a little bit. Sideswipe do it? Yeah, his gun kind of does a thing. Oh, his wheel spin. Cool. And this is like the first time I actually played a Sideswipe because I was playing as Optimus the entire time. Okay, anyway, I just wanted to show that off. Because I was thoroughly impressed throughout this entire game. Not only like the story aspect, but the environments, the game mechanics and stuff. There were a little bit of parts that were kind of frustrating just because there's so much going on. Especially during boss battles, and you just... when I was playing against Triptychon, which is one of the last... I'm not going to worry about spoilers, it's whatever. This game's been out for a while, but you fight Triptychon at one point, and like his boss battle like starts, and he's like, "Rawr, I'm blowing you up," and you're like, and then Optimus is like, "We have to find some way to do this. We have to find some way to beat him," and like you are just being like bombarded with like heavy missiles while you're just like, I don't know what to do. I'm just running around. Can you finish your dialogue, Optimus, before like the boss battle starts, maybe? But yeah, there's a co-op. I don't know if the co-op. You find Tryptophan. What is Tryptophan? What is that? Now I'm curious. It sounds like you fall asleep after eating turkey. There is a lot of running for cover in that fight. Well, I just didn't like. It's just kind of like it's like go. It's like I don't know what to do. So yeah, there's Fall for Cybertron, and so then there's this one. So there's War for Cybertron and Fall for Cybertron. Fall for Cybertron is the sequel, obviously. And then they came out with the on Netflix. There's a show called the Cybertron trilogy. I don't know exactly how it ties in. But the other game, real quick, I wanted to show you. Fall of Cybertron. Shut up. What did I say? I'll fall for Cybertron all the time. I'll fall. Yeah, man, I'll fall for him. I mean, Cybertron's like a thing, so. Why does it say War for Cybertron still up? The other game I wanted to show you real quick because it was the other Transformer game that I had played so long ago. Is it not showing up? Why isn't it showing up? I need to be full screen.
Transformers devastation.
Yeah. Oh, display. What? Display. Not windowed. Why would I want windowed? Full screen, baby. Alright, does it pick it up finally? Oh. Why isn't it picking it up? Lame. Maybe I create a new source. You only court Optimus. Optimus Primal, specifically. Hang on, I don't know why it's not picking it up. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ah! I have to restart. I have a thing for hairy monkey robots. Don't you know it, man? Well, the resolution's off. All I wanted to do was show off this game, you dolt. So this is a platinum game, by the way. Okay. There it goes. Finally. There we go. There we go. And now the thing's all jacked up. Great, thanks. There we go. Perfect. Fit to window. Anyway, this is Transformers Devastation. I like how you draw 3 lines and then Transformers. Bro, don't even get me started on Transformers, man. Alright, so here's Transformers Devastation. My brother would absolutely love this game. I don't know, let's see, where am I at? As is tradition. So anyway, this is Transformers Devastation. How awesome is this? So you go from, you know, War for Cybertron, where it's like all dark and like gritty and stuff, and then you have this game. Look at a good old side swipe right here, man. So this is a platinum game, so it's all like combat based. It's not like a shooter. It's a punchy thing. How do I? Whee! It's like super fast. You can do like combos and stuff. I forgot how to play. You just kind of go. Oh hi. Whoop. How do I do the back? That? Is that my dodge? That's my dodge. That's my dodge. Okay. And of course, as par for the course for platinum, you get ow. You get the what's it called? Time. Bullet time. That's what it is.
Here's my retort.
Is that it? Yeah, my brother would love this game because it's got the good old, you know, cell shaded like cartoon look to it. I love it too. It's cool. I think you can play as Bumblebee. You can play as a bunch of other boys. It's got. I don't know what kind of gun he's got. Whee! I don't know where I'm going. You are kind of like allowed to like kind of freely explore around the city and stuff. I'm kind of just like rushing through it, but you kind of just go. Where War for Cybertron and stuff is like pretty like handcrafted experience. This one's just kind of like, go to a place. Ah, ooh, E, ah. I don't know what gun I have. And hup, ow. Okay, I gotta go to that. I gotta go to that yellow dot. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, this style. Look at how cool this is, man. We played this game for a day and got really bored with it, like I shouldn't have happened, but somehow it did.
Now accept your unconditional surrender, jerks. Hey, watch the paint.
You gotta get those combos, man. Ow. I'm like. Take this! And I heal. Where's my inventory? There it is. Give me that right there. You got like vehicle tax and stuff. Drop kicks. Oh, how cool this is, man. This is platinum to its core. Oh! Oh, I'm about to die. These guys are tough. I'm also playing on New Game Plus, so I think it's a little bit tougher. Oh! Bam! How dare you? Whoa! Holy crap, that was scary! Oh, you kind of like level up and stuff too. Come here. Let's finish you off. And drop kick. Yeah, that was cool. Look how good I am at drawing. I drew an entire. I drew a transformer. Did you see that? That was me. I drew it. I think there's story here or something. Where am I going? Oh, I think I gotta.
One sub-generator remains. Once disabled, the primary generator is exposed.
One more go. Hang on. We gotta get through it because I gotta show you the cool part. We're so close. Nope, this way. We never bothered to really learn the combat and when you could do it, and what you could do. And the platinum gears are usually pretty deep. Yeah. I mean, I still kind of button mash. I really love Bayonetta, and I still kind of button mash even to this day. So, how dare you? Oh! Scavenger's about to get his butt. Ow! One Bone Crusher gonna. One more thing! One more thing! And then we're gonna talk about Jackie Chan. Ow! Because a lot of this one is just like utilizing those vehicle attacks and stuff. And the timing on the... It's a little awkward at first, but once you get it down, the timing's actually a little bit more forgiving than Bayonetta. Bayonetta's like, you have to be spot on with that dodge to get that bullet time. Ow! Oh, broke my combo and then... Oh, and then you can shoot too from the car. Come here, Buster! Look at those two dodging. Ow! Oh, I gotta heal again. Ah! Let's get let's increase our attack by 100%. How about that? That'll do some massive, massive damage. Could get me! Where you at? Where you at? Ooh, bam! Oh, I only got a C. Boo. Boo. Yeah. Why don't I gotta be rolling to that? You're gonna make a quick note of something, but you didn't want to distract Paul even further. What was your note? I want to know. You can also pick up cars. Like, there's really no point because they don't do a lot of damage, but... Like it's better off just to, like, whack on the guy. Whee! Alright, let's go. Oh! No! So anyway, I was playing a side swipe end of the stream, promise. So you get like weapons and stuff. So you can play as Sideswipe, you can play as Optimus, Bumblebee, regular color Sideswipe, Wheeljack. You can play as Nemesis Prime, Goldfire Bumblebee, and then Red Alert. You don't get a lot of ammo with Optimus. But I need the ammo, because they gunmen. Ow. See, he's got like a cool like sword thing, like a Dark Energon sword. Ow, ow, ow. Stop shooting me! Huh. I don't even need to be here. What are you guys doing? Gotta go to the yellow. Oh! Woohoo! Yeah, this is what this is.
No one gets by the Constructicons.
Excuse me, I was Nemesis? Do you have a strong opinion about the Transformers films? I've only ever seen the first one. You're talking about the Michael Bay? Oh no, it's Devastator! I'll attack your foot! Come on, Devastator. Show me what you got, Al. Ho 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 ho! Gotta beat your butt there, man. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Ah! Whoa! Whoa! Woohoo! My name is Optimus Prime. You will die. Even though Autobots enslaved Decepticons for millennia. Who am I? I am Optimus Bayonetta. Ho, ho, ho. Rank S, baby! Oh my god, Bumblebee was so good. Bumblebee was amazing. That was a fantastic movie.
As you can see, I am now in control of the greatest Cybertronian mission ever under.
Yeah, shut up, Megatron. Anyway, I just wanted to show those games off. I'll go back to actually doing what I was supposed to do on Thursday, but we may not be able to finish because... Thanks, Optimus. Bye, Optimus. Yeah, that's the recent backstory to Excuse me. That's one of the more recent backstories to Transformers. The series, like as a whole. Got it back to work. See you, Cinnamon. Thank you for putting up with my shenanigans. Sorry we didn't get through a whole lot of drawing today, but I don't know. I may not even finish. I just been having a lot of fun, and I appreciate you just putting up with my bull crap. So I love you, man. See you later. So, recent iterations of the Transformers lore, and this goes back to, I think, when the first Image comics had come out in the 90s. So to answer your question, yes, I do like Transformers. So, back in, I guess it was in the 90s when the first Image comics came out, the lore kind of went a little bit deeper into the relationship between what started the war on Cybertron, and the kind of general, like, it's not really like solidly like this is the story, but it's part of the story in different iterations of Transformers storylines. Was that so the Autobots were like the upper class citizens of Cybertron, and the Decepticons were the lower class citizens of Cybertrons. But I don't think that they were called Autobots and Decepticons like before the war, if I remember correctly. I might be wrong on that. Those factions kind of came out later as a result of the rising conflict, and the thing was that there was an upper class and a working class, and the working class like slaved away in the mines of Cybertron and other places to be able to like get resources and stuff. And so the Autobots were the ones who were like, we're the ones that are in control, like we maintain Cybertron and blah blah blah, while you guys work in the pits and stuff. And so the whole like backstory to Megatron was that Megatron like basically started a quote unquote revolution to be like, you guys can't like keep keeping us down like this. Like, we are our own people, and we're going to take over Cybertron. Or not like we need to be treated equally. And instead of just being the working class, like you've pressed us down. So the Autobots were the bourgeois. Is that how you bourgeois? I forget how to always pronounce that. The bourgeoisie. Yes. Yeah, they were the bougie class. And that was derived from how they were born. Like, they were dictated like as Transformers, because you had Primus as one of the like birthing things, and then you had I don't think he was called Unicron at the time. But I thought Unicron was like a part of Primus at some point. Yeah, so Primus is the creator god of the Transformers, an ancient and ethereal being whose origins date back to the beginnings of the universe itself. Primus is a multiversal force for good, his life force existing across multiple realities and infinite alternate universes. In each one, he is the acting final defense against his fallen sibling, Unicron. Primus is Cybertron. Primus eventually transformed himself into the planet Cybertron, From its surface, his creations have risen to defend and patrol the galaxy. Within the depths of Cybertron, the mega-computer Vector Sigma serves as his internal mainframe and a gateway for select Transformers to access power, such as Optimus Prime. A portion of his life force resides within the Matrix, which often determines the leader of the Autobots. Prophecies of a war Prophecies of a war to come were written down in his Holy Covenant as well. The spark of each Transformer is a small piece of Primus's essence, and together they form his life force, the Allspark. Because Unicron... Okay, Unicron is his twin brother. Unicron is Primus's twin brother. He's the Lord of Chaos, the Planet Eater. And he is dedicated to consuming the multiverse. Yeah, that's what it was. Like, they were at one point together, like, as a being. And then they, like, split to explore the universe. In one continuity, Unicron was actually Earth. Yeah, I do remember that. I think that was Prime. I think that was Transformers Prime. Unicron was Earth, or like he was in Earth or something, or like an essence of him was in Earth or something like that. I'm just like going through the Wikipedia right now, but yeah, like there isn't a lot of backstory. Prime, if you want some good, if you really want some good backstory to the Transformers lore. It doesn't cover a lot of it, but Transformers Prime is probably one of the more recent storylines of Transformers that really like dives deep into the history of the war, like what Cybertronians are. I think like it probably came from the Image Comics, but my first experience with encountering or learning about transformation cogs came from Transformers Prime. Transformation cogs are the component of a transformer that allows them to transform. And Prime is also one of the ones that maintains the idea that, and I think it was set forth in the original movie, where like their transformation forms were obviously not like human Earth vehicles. Like they were Cybertronian. Like they just were like alien vehicles. Like they still turned into vehicles for transportation and stuff like that. But like they were like, it's like what you saw with War for Cybertron. Like they weren't. It would like Optimus wasn't a truck. Like. He was just some form of Cybertronian vehicle. The writer's got a good sense of humor. That's exactly what I'm on right now. That's exactly what I'm on right now. They're really, yeah, it's really cool. I always go there and learn about stuff. It's a fun universe. And I think that's one thing. One thing that I think is really cool about Transformers in general is because like Transformers, unlike other things like Star Wars and stuff, where in Star Wars there's very much like this is a rule, like this is a thing that happened, this is a rule, this is exactly how it happened, and when someone like takes a creative liberty of it, and then it's like, wait, but that completely it affects like everything else that one thing is related to, and you're making it just sound so weird. But like I feel like the idea of Transformers being like like, it's not convoluted to the point of not being fun, but it's a lot of the like surrounding lore and stuff is relatively like vague, and it's just kind of like, oh yeah, it's Transformers, there's multi-universe, there's stuff, there's Transwarps, there's whatever. It's like, oh, we got a cog, but some of them you can remove the cog and then stop transforming, or like Starscream is a different form just because they constantly change forms all the time. So it's like, but like, is it the same Starscream? Who knows if it's the same Starscream? Does it really matter if it's the same Starscream? Like, there's just kind of like a, oh, that's cool. And like, there's so many different iterations of the characters too. And yeah, you can talk all you want about it being just product placement and trying to adhere to the new toys and stuff like that, but it's just fun. Like, it's just a fun universe to kind of explore and read up on and stuff like that. But yeah, here you go. We spent what, like almost 45 minutes of our stream talking about doing Transformer stuff when we're supposed to be drawing some crap. Don't at me. It's okay, you can at me. However, if you at me, you have to get somebody else to follow me. That's the rule. Bet you didn't know that that was a rule. Too bad. It's a rule now. Don't even get me started on the Beast Wars. Don't even get me started. You added me, no! How dare you? I haven't read it yet, but I have a Transformers versus Star Trek comic book. I may have shown this already on stream, but I'm really excited to read it. I might read it now that the technical difficulties is away for a bit. Only for a few days. I did try watching, there is, so, as much as, like, I've been gushing over Transformers, this stream, there is something that I do need to talk about, and that is, so I've been hearing so many things about, how, I don't like how that hair looks. There's one series that I have not encountered, and I think it was because it had come on after like my Beast Wars stuff, and I was like, I think I was in high school and I was doing other stuff, but like, also I wasn't a huge fan of the original Transformers at that time either. That phenomenon is very recent for me. Actually, it was because of Transformers Prime, actually. Like, I fell in love with the Generation 1 characters and stuff since watching Prime. Prime is available for you. It was available on Netflix, the whole series. Right now, it is not available except for the first season, and holy crap, if you watched it all the way through, it's an amazing ride. It is available on Tubi. If y'all know what that Tubi be, just download it. Download that Tubi. You can watch all the Transformers you want. Beast Wars is on there. But the reason why I brought it up was because I recently tried watching Transformers Armada, and I had always heard about Transformers Armada and Transformers Cybertron and Transformers Energon, and I never experienced it because like that was like I was like I said, like I wasn't into OG Transformers for a really long time, and I was like, you know what, let me see what this is all about. It can't really be that bad that people are saying, because I mean it's like whatever, it's a cartoon show. And I actually have the Image Comics. I have the Image Comics series of all three. I got it from a Humble Bundle. But I started watching the cartoon. Oh, it's bad. That cartoon's bad. Why is it so bad? Trogdor, why is it so bad? Why is that cartoon so bad? Like, the animation's bad, the voice acting's bad. Like, why? Why did it happen that way? Like, I don't get it. I just don't know. It reeks of cheap cash grab more than Transformers cartoon. That's saying something. I don't know if it was because like I would love to see. I actually want to do research. I want to watch it a little bit more. I want to watch a little bit more of it just to kind of like gain a better understanding of it. But like, oh, I also just feel so bad because what's his face? Gotta sell them toys. But it's like off the heels of Beast Wars? Like, come on, guys. Like, I don't get it. Like, Beast Wars won Emmys. And then here you are. Oh, hey, Freebirds. Freebirds sent me a message. I might get some Freebirds. Nickel Default these movies so bad at me if I got Freebirds. Because it has like Gary Chalk and I forget the name off the top of my head, the guy who does the voice of Megatron. From Beast Wars, and it's like, you threw away this talent for this? Like there were still images in the second episode. It's like, why would you do this? Do you know if it was a mostly Japanese studio that did that? Or if it was a Western studio that did the animation? Because, like, the animation... I can forgive... So I feel like I can forgive, like, voice acting. Like, especially for the kids. Because, you know what, they're kids. Like... As a creator, it's like, how are you going to be able to write kids for a kid's show, right? And, like, yes, it's a kid's show. I completely understand that I'm just complaining about a silly kid show. But like, even for like a kid show, it's like, I wouldn't have wanted to watch this. Oh yeah, it's a burrito place. It's actually really good. Better than Chipotle. And there's like also like I was watching even the third episode. There's like continuity, like there's visual continuity errors. It's like, wait a minute, you weren't standing there. Wait a minute, you weren't doing that. Like, what? What are you doing? I mean, my feelings are hurt. I was never also a fan of. I was never a fan of Chipotle all that much. Even when I didn't have Freebirds. It was because Beast Wars that it got made the rights owners realized there was a renewed interest in the show and they wanted to capitalize on it. Yeah, like I can totally see that. But they just could have done so much better. But all the new stuff, like since Transformers Animated, actually that was one I haven't seen. I haven't seen yet. I wanna check that one out too. I heard that was pretty good. But oh boy, Transformers Prime. If you wanna, Angtat, if you wanna get into like a good, if you wanna see what Transformers nowadays is like, with like talking about the history of stuff and like some good storylines, I highly recommend Transformers Prime. Oh, he's such an angry boy. I'm definitely assuming you can get better fast casual burritos in Houston than in Wisconsin. Wisconsin? Now you want burritos. Hey, they do DoorDash, so... I'll make you hungry. That's my job. It's lunchtime Let's Play, man. Or Let's Draw. I make you hungry. Even if it is even if it's a play, it's a lunchtime Let's Draw. I don't care. I'll make you hungry. Oh, how am I going to draw this hand? Yeah, there we go. That's good enough for me. It's because he's kind of like grabbing him, you know. So I'll do a little bit of this. He's so angry. What would you say is Ohio's claim to fame? We've been over this, man. We have been over this personally. Ohio's claim to fame is Skyline Chili. That's Ohio's. That is Ohio's. Skyline Cincinnati Chili. But if we're gonna talk about like generally, if we're gonna talk, I guess like a German style, like sausage, like a sausage dog or something. I don't know. There really isn't. There really isn't. Like Cincinnati is like a kind of like a exception, you know? Couldn't think of the word exception. But like I don't know, like things like what would it be for like for Columbus and like Cleveland? Yeah, I know those are Cincinnati things. I know. That's what I was saying. I was just joking. I don't know, man. Like maybe like a German sausage dog. Because Ohio's like pretty German, so. Now you're making me think. And I don't like thinking. A lot of good food in Ohio, and I know that there is a mention, and I know from there. I confused by your sentence, Charles. And no, I know from there has. No one I know from there has been just Skyline Chili before the call. Now I know what you meant. Sorry, I had brain fart. What are Texans things? Chili, barbecue? Yeah. Well, God, that's. Well, I think that's the tough thing about doing like food, you know. For states, I got you. I got you, Charles. I'm picking up what you're putting down, man. Because I feel like you have Cincinnati chili and stuff, but then like Columbus has like that German restaurant, and then you also have the Amish place near Columbus too. I don't really know what Cleveland is like, but like in Texas, it's all based on the cities. Like there's not like a Texas thing, except if you're gonna talk about like, I guess chili in general, and barbecue and steak. Like I feel like that's the sort of thing, but like Tex-Mex, yeah. I feel like a regional thing would definitely be barbecue. Maybe crawfish, but is that more like a Louisiana thing? Trogdor? Because remember, I'm from Ohio. That's why Angtat's asking me all these tough questions. Angtat's an Ohio boy too. That's Houston, yeah. Houston's like hard. Houston's a hard one to pin down because there's just so much different types of food. I love the idea of his muscles like bulging super hard while he's trying to strangle the scarecrow. Crawfish or a Louisiana thing. Oh yeah, Houston does have a huge Vietnamese food scene. You know what's also, I think, a decent Ohio thing as well? So you have German food in Ohio, but you also have a lot of Greek food, I feel like, in Ohio too. I know that you can get some Greek food here in Houston, mostly from chains, but there's a lot of like, at least in Cincinnati, there's a lot of like Greek, like family-owned type restaurants. I don't know. I can't exactly say for Columbus and other Ohio type cities, but I don't know. You'd be better at knowing that than I would. Why am I just drawing Pauls? The weird thing about Houston food is that you can get damn near anything here. Yeah, it's true. Everything that Trogdor mentioned, you can get. Jamaican, Polish, German, Serbian, Italian, Korean, Vietnamese, Indian. List goes on. Japanese, Greek food. You can get fusion food. You can get Ethiopian. One of my favorite places in Houston is an Ethiopian restaurant called the Blue Nile. And it is amazing. You can actually order them too if you wanted to. If you're living in Houston, you can order Blue Nile. So freaking good. And so this Ethiopian place, they actually don't use. I mean, you can order them if you want to, but the eating utensils are actually the bread that they serve with your food. You actually take the bread, you break it off, and you scoop it up with the bread. It's really, really good. Highly recommend it. If you ever live in Houston, or if you're visiting Houston, go check out Blue Nile. It's freaking amazing. Oh, it's so good. And I have one place here in town. I don't know if there's more than this one, but this is the one that I know in Houston. I'm sure that there's more Ethiopian restaurants around, but. Ooh, Lucy's. I have heard of Lucy's. But never been. There's Ocarina, potato. Potato. If you want to know the caliber of an artist, just ask him to draw potato. Used to have an Ethiopian friends, and their mom made the best food. That's awesome. Did they serve it with the bread? I don't know exactly what the bread is called by name, but it's like a sour, like very lemony type bread. It's the stuff that you kind of like scoop up and got around to a meeting. All right, bye, Angtat. Take it easy, man. Thank you for dealing with my Transformer shenanigans. Zuloth missed all my Transformer shenanigans, so consider yourself lucky, Zuloth. Why has the music switched to spoops mode? I don't know. I just have the Wanda Gamelon soundtrack in the back, and it decided it was gonna be spoopy. But now it's jamming again. Bow, 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 bow. Yeah, it's like a spongy bread. Yeah. Also, hey, yeah, how's it going, Trogdor? How you doing, man? Thanks for dropping by. You having a good Thursday? Are you working like you're supposed to, or are you goofing off and watching my stream? Wait, I got those things mixed up. Are you working like you're not supposed to, or are you goofing off and watching my stream like you're supposed to? I'm so funny. Also, what are you guys having for lunch today? I forgot to ask that. I think I'm gonna have... I zoomed in way too far for that. I'm gonna have hot dogs, and I'm gonna have Beyond Meat hot dogs, because Beyond Meat is pretty dang good. I recommend it. Zuloth, if I look over at the chat and you have said something that you're having is super healthy, I'm gonna have you ban yourself. Rice bowl. That's healthy. Banned. Aren't hot dogs all practically Beyond Meat? Yeah, it depends on your definition of Beyond Meat. Is this meat? Maybe that's the whole thing. Maybe that's the whole thing behind Beyond Meat. It actually is meat, but they're like, we can't. It's not. We can't classify this as meat anymore. So we'll just slap Beyond Meat on there. Donuts, candy, and hot dogs. I'm glad that you liked my joke, Zula. That makes me happy. Working on gift for hot dogs. Oh, you guys want a hot dog gift? I'll put up a hot dog gift, man. Perfect. I'll name this gift Hot Dog 1. Perfect. Also, here's another one that's one of my favorites. I'll name this one Hot Dog 2. I say that I love hot dogs. Dude, I love hot dogs too, man. That's me right there. That's Paul getting a face full of wieners. Don't you know it?
Great! We're all gonna die!
Where I want to die from hot dogs. Oh man, that'd be what a wonderful time to, what a wonderful way to go. Just dying under a pile of hot dogs. Don't take that out of context, please. But also, maybe take that out of context. This poor scarecrow. You did everything wrong! You deserve this. If and when the world becomes normal again, a recommendation for you, Paul. Minute Maid Park serves a gourmet version of a hot dog made with kielbasa, coarse ground mustard, and roasted peppers and onions. It's incredible. How much is it? Because that sounds like a $50 hot dog at Minute Maid. It's like $12, but it's like, oh, that's not that bad. For a ballpark hot dog, $12? That's not that bad, I guess. I'll give you $100. Yeah, Zulad loves hot dogs. Don't even add him with hot dogs. If you tell him that he'll give, if you're like, hey, I'll buy you a hot dog someday, like he'll never let you get away with it. He will track you down. He'll hold you at knife point and be like, where's my hot dog? Dollar Nights at Minute Maid. Shut up and take my money. That's the jam, man. Just plain old hot dogs. Whoa. I don't even like adding a whole bunch of stuff to my hot dogs either. Like I feel like when you go to a German restaurant, it's a little bit different, you know, because like you kind of want to add all that stuff, but like just a plain old like hot dog. Just give me some mustard and give me some ketchup. That's all you got to do. I don't necessarily need to put like relish or anything on there. Maybe onions, but just maybe. Just ketchup and mustard. That'll satisfy me, man. I also like a little bit of carcinogens in my hot dog, so give me a little bit of burnt. Give me a little bit of that burnt crisp on there, a little bit, you know. Give me a little bit of those carcinogens, and then I'll be happy. Have I told you I hate this scarecrow? Is it obvious that I hate this scarecrow? Pretty sure everyone hates this scarecrow. That's a weird looking way to draw that hat. There we go, that's better. Ketchup, mustard, and jalapeno relish, or mustard, chili, onions. Ketchup, mustard, and jalapeno relish, or mustard, chili, onions, pickled jalapenos, and shredded cheddar for me. Throw in some cheese. That's good. That's a good point. Throw in some cheese on there, even if it's just ketchup and mustard. Throw in some cheese on a hot dog. Oh, just throw in some good old like cheddar cheese, man. See, Trondor knows what's up. Everyone needs to go follow Trondor on his Twitch stream because he knows what's up about hot dogs. And you get some cool gameplay stuff too out of it. Talk about hot dogs, but man, you get some gameplay is just extra. You get to talk about hot dogs on his stream all the time. I call him the hot dog streamer. I love the idea of giving people false impressions about your stream when they're like, "Hey, I thought we were going to talk about hot dogs in here. All you're doing is playing Bloodborne." Wait, who told you about? Who told you that I was going to talk about hot dogs? That one idiot that was drawn and gagging that scarecrow. Would you ever go see an orchestra of Wanda Gamelon music? Because I probably would. I'll talk about food on stream. I have no compunction there. No one calls me that. I do. Everyone calls you that. Didn't you know? Me and Guilty were over here talking about, man, did you catch the hot dog streamers last stream playing Bloodborne? Man, we talked about so many hot dog flavors. Oh, it was so good. And then we chilled and had hot dogs together. J-Flow Trogdor, the hot dog streamer. Hot dog boy. That sounds belittling. I prefer hot dog streamer. The official hot dog stream of 2020. As much fun as I'm having, I gotta go. Also, while the stream's being delayed until tomorrow for errands and work out some issues. Sounds good, Trogdor. Yeah, check out Friday. He'll be playing. I think he's gonna keep playing some Bloodborne. Maybe he's on the DLC. He's got a final boss. Maybe the Vanquish. Check out Vanquish. Oh, dude, I love Vanquish. I played the heck out of that game, man. Maybe I'll play some Vanquish on stream. I love Vanquish. It's such a ridiculous ride. Take it easy, Trogdor. I love you, man. Thanks for dropping by. Have a good rest of your Thursday. We're going to wrap up, so you won't be seeing anything super important, except for every Transformer ever. Because that's all I'm going to talk about for the rest of the stream. Hey, guys, you like Transformers? I do. Man, now I want hot dogs. Luckily, I have hot dogs. I have hot dogs and I'm gonna get hot dogs. I have hot dogs and I'm gonna get hot dogs. That sounds like that one song. I have hot dogs and I'm gonna get hot dogs. What song is that? Zuloff, what song is that? Quick, Zuloff, what song is that? Isn't that one that's like sex on the bathroom floor? Got caught doing something on the bathroom floor. Caught pooping on the bathroom floor. Is that how that song goes? I don't know. You're the hot dog DJ. I'm just gonna call everybody hot dog related things. The hot dog song. Yeah, that's what it is. It is the hot dog. Eating hot dogs on the bathroom floor. That's what that's what the song is. You don't know. Only I know. Huh, that knuckle is not in the right place. There we go. I gotta draw some whoopee lines. That's what I call them. Did you know? That's the official term of these things. Official artist language. Whoopee lines. Just throw a couple of whoopee lines on there. For good measure. Surprised by how good this turned out. It's the power of Optimus Prime. The song is going well with the hot dog face gif. Yeah. It's kind of like sort of porn music, but not. Maybe that's what makes the CDI music so good, is that it's basically porn, but it's not. Now that boot doesn't match up. There we go. There we goes. Very in sync. Poor Banuru. Poor baby. He deserves it. And for the finishing touch, we got to get the Master Sword on there, because no one messes with Link, the Master Swordsman. It's like, you give Link some shit, he'll give it right back to you in the form of shoving his ocarina down your throat. I gotta get that little diamond in there. Perfect. Maybe we can throw a shield on there. It's the details that really matter, you know? You can talk about composition and planning all you want, but if you just throw some whirly things on there, it's all the difference. I don't like it. I don't like those whirly things. Yeah. Anyway, oh, we gotta do a little one of these. Well, maybe I'll do it. There you go. Gotta get a little one of these boys. And no, I like that on his hair more. It's gonna be real big. No, I don't like it. No! Messed it up! Ruined! Art's ruined. They said whirly dings. Eh! Same thing. Whirly dongs. Gotta get a couple of whirly dongs on there, man. Alright. I gotta stop. It's 2:11. I've gone too far. Anyway, I hope you like my very sadistic drawing of what happens when you defy me in Randomizer. Take this, Bunuru. Take that. Take that. I'm really proud of this, to be honest. I like how it turned out. I gotta get a little bit of get a signature there. And that's a wrap for lunchtime. Let's draw. Sweet. I'll even draw. Since we're talking about Transformers, I'll even draw a little Bumblebee.
Whoa, Ultra Gear!
It looks awesome. Oh, thank you. Bumblebee. Roll out. Transformers. That's a Bumblebee right there. Perfect timing. Perfect. Everything's perfect. Beautiful. I know you like to draw bumblebees. I love drawing bumblebees. Are cute, man. I love drawing bumblebees. I still gotta draw your wife's tattoo, Zuloff. I'll draw her a Transformer Bumblebee. He'll say, like, he'll be having a thumbs up and be like, he'll have his thumbs up and be like, you just bumbled your last beat, brother. All right, I gotta get the actual work. I love you guys so much. Thank you for hanging out with me on Thursdays. Lunchtime Let's Play. Check back on Tuesday. We're gonna continue, hopefully, making progress on the Zelda Ocarina of Time Randomizer. That's a special one. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. It'll be special. It'll be special. There's something that I wanted to plug for you guys today. Let me get these hot dogs out of here. Don't worry, the hot dogs will come back. But I want you guys to go check out. I want you guys to go check out my friend's YouTube page. She's a friend of mine from college. Go work, gosh! You go work. You go work, man. Her name is Alexis, and she just started a YouTube channel. I know that there's stuff that's been on there for a few years, but she just started uploading some new stuff, some new content. She's trying to venture out into this new world of YouTube. So if you can give her a subscribe, give her a follow on her stuff. Please go ahead and support her. If you guys support me, I know you guys can go support her. So I want you guys to go spread the love and give her watch. I think she's just going to do some. I think she's starting out with some makeup stuff, but she might be branching out in some other things. She's actually a really her background is in journalism, and she's a very accomplished journalist. Yeah, she's awesome. Give her a follow. Subscribe to her on YouTube, and that'd be awesome. Yeah, just wanted to give her a shout out. She's right there. Alexis Page Williams. You can find her on YouTube. Maybe I'll tell you what. I'll throw a link in the chat for you guys. If you guys want to go directly to that instead of having to search it up. I think she also has a Twitter page that she posts a bunch of stuff on too. But yeah, go check her out. She's awesome, and she's very, very smart too. Very, 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 very smart. I will see you guys on Tuesday. I love your faces. You've just been filled in, and I will see you on Tuesday. And as always, be prepared to relinquish your sparks.
Ho, 向かってくるのか。逃げずにこのディオに近づいてくるのか。